Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm low-key uploading this other video right now because tomorrow I'm not gonna be home. So I'm gonna just get this pre-recording this. This is on Tuesday, not Wednesday. I usually record this and post this the day of, but not today. Can't be doing that. So, Giants. Welcome back to the Mock Draft Monday. Definitely, the Titans played pretty good this week. Browns just got crapped on by the Bears, and Giants just lost to the Commanders in okay fashion. It was okay, and by far I think the worst team in the league is the Raiders. And yeah, obviously they're not picking first, but in my eyes they're the worst team because they have not the hardest schedule, but they are and not the easiest schedule. They have like a above average schedule in terms of difficulty because you're playing against the Chiefs, the Broncos, and the Chargers constantly. But I don't think they're like top notch hard versus the Giants, who have the hardest strength of schedule in the entire league. So it's different. It's different. It's very different. So with the Giants, I would have them trading back. The problem is with who. I don't know why PFF has Cardinals listing them as needing for a quarterback. I think you just ride it and wait for the next quarterback class if you're the Cardinals. You can go with the Rams too, but I think the Rams you can maybe take like a Garrett Nussmeier. I've seen Nussmeier go. I'm not gonna count Sellers because he officially is transferring back to school or returning back to school. You can maybe take a Garrett Nussmeier. Brandon Scoresby is also returning back to school. You can maybe take a John Mateer. So maybe you don't trade up, and I don't think they will. I don't think anyone Giants in an ideal world would like to trade back. Maybe to the Jets, who would love Mendoza. But I did that last mock draft, and I want to make it redundant, and I don't want to make it simple and predictable. So we're gonna have the Giants picking here. And there's many options they can go here. They can go Ruben Bain, they can go Caleb Downs, they can go Robert Reese. And those three are definitely not Ruben Bain. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just thinking about the Raiders. Yeah, you can go wide receiver too, but is it worth taking Tate or Jordan Tyson with their injury history? And Mekhi Lemon, I don't think will go down this way. And I know Mekhi Lemon just won the Blitnikoff. I don't think that will rise his stock as much to the point where he can go first overall. And Tate, I don't know. I just think you take Arvo Reese here. I mean, there's no other point, no other person. I know they like positional value, but Caleb Downs is again a blue chip player. He's the best or top 5 in this class, and you're gonna have to take. Someone's got to take Caleb Downs eventually. There's teams in the 9s and the 8s and 10s. Maybe not past. Maybe he definitely won't fall past. He definitely won't fall past 17. So I think you take Arvo Reese here, and then maybe just ride or die with it. Maybe trade Kayvon Thibodeau and just keep Arvo Reese and keep him for his versatility and keep Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, and then have Arvo Reese rotate in and out of that pass rushing spot with also playing linebacker too because he can do so much. That's why you're taking him first overall. It's for his versatility. That's why teams love him so much. The versatility on the best defense in the league. So in college football. And yeah, and then this falls right into the hands of Mendoza, who just won the Heisman. I haven't made a video about that. I think I'll make a video about that on Thursday. But yeah, Mendoza. I just bit my tongue. So Mendoza, obviously, good player. He just won the Heisman. He's known as the best college football player in the entire world. I don't think so. It's been a very weak year for Heisman candidates. He is probably the best, but I don't think this has been the best year for Heisman. So take that with a grain of salt. But Mendoza is honestly the best for the Raiders because the Raiders aren't doing good. They're 2-12. They're the worst team in the league, in my opinion. And Pete Carroll hasn't gotten it done. I think you just need a fresh start. You need a fresh new head coach, fresh new quarterback, and fresh new faces just everywhere. Beside maybe Crosby and Gentine Bowers, obviously. But like other than that, I mean, there's no one's really set in stone safe. And the Mendoza would be a perfect way to turn around this team, especially in the locker room too, because he's such a big locker room presence. And Mendoza is a good picker, and you can't justify taking anything else here. And frankly, you shouldn't, because if you've been watching Raiders football this year, it's been bad. It's been very bad. And I think Pete Carroll will be fired, or he will get his quarterback for the future and work with Mendoza, who will be very good. Let's go with the Titans. So there's a lot of players, wide receiver, there's running back, I don't know why they have him listing running back. You can get running back later, so maybe you're not going to take running back third overall, even if it's Jeremiah Love. But you can maybe go a plethora of different ways. You can go Ruben Bain, you can go Peter Woods, you can go Jordan Tyson, you can go even Mekhi Lemon. I think you take Ruben Bain here. Again, this is a very set in stone top 3. I don't think we'll see much variation here because Ruben Bain is one of, if not the best rusher out of college football this year, and he's a pure rusher and he's big. He's not gigantic, but he's bigger than some of the other edge rushing prospects, and he's just explosive, and you'll just change a game. Unless you're taking him for the upside, the PFF also has them listing to get edge, and I think they need edge too. So I think this is a good pick for the Titans here. The Browns. The Browns can go, again, many ways. Do they take Dante Moore or Ty Simpson? I don't think so. I think you ride Shador. Again, Shador threw 3 interceptions and 0 touchdowns and only scored 3 points the entire game last week. That's against the Bears, whose defense is okay. And you can justify maybe keeping Shador and waiting for a better draft class because you can get Julian Sane next year, you can get DJ Lagway next year, or Dylan Raiola next year. And you can maybe build around that future quarterback. So I think taking someone like Jordan Tyson here is very good, or Mekhi Lemon here is very good. And I haven't taken Jordan Tyson. Again, injury history isn't there, but you have a big home run hitter in Jordan Tyson, and I think that's perfect for the Browns. They need that big guy, that guy who can get him down the field, get him down there, and he can also just be a game changer and a helper for Shador or Dylan Gabriel or whoever's that quarterback. And in my opinion, it should be Shador. But whoever's that quarterback, they should definitely keep him and get a bona fide stud at wide receiver. Just again, it's the injury concerns. He would be so much better prospect if he just wasn't injured all the time. But he's such a high has such a high upside that you just can't pass on him. And 40% of draftees think the same, that he's a good fit for Cleveland. So I think this is a great pick for the future quarterback room in Cleveland, and just the coaching staff will get a bona fide stud. And then this goes to Dante Moore for the Jets. The Jets need a quarterback. You're not going to get Noah Taylor or Justin Fields. Justin Fields is a bridge quarterback. It didn't work out, so you would have ideally like 2 years out of him, but it's not worth it. And Garrett Wilson is getting unhappy, and that team isn't as bad as people think. You have Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, and you have Mason Taylor, who's also a pretty good tight end, and the offensive line isn't that bad too. So maybe keep building off that and get Dante Moore, and they also have so much draft capital. Honestly, I like what the Jets are doing with their organization. I really do. I like what the Jets are doing, and I do think he is such a great athlete. He's not like Mendoza, where he's like super ride or die for you, but like he is a great athlete. He's a dual threat. He can run. He's not like his arm is better than his legs, but still he's young too, and he's good. And I don't think he'll be returning back to school if he's getting picked top 5. And I don't think the rumor is true anymore that he's gonna return back to school. This is again barring the playoffs, but I think that he should take the money and take a good situation, because he could be going to a way worse situation like the Saints or something, which is like just worse for an offense. So I really like Dante Moore here, and take Dante Moore here. I've seen mock drafts where the Cardinals take Gorsby or Trevor Gorsby. It's just fucking ridiculous to me. Again, they don't have a listing need for wide receiver. I don't think you take Jeremiah Love here either. There's just so many glaring holes everywhere, and I think just you gotta take offensive tackle here. I think you take Francis Marigo. Francis Marigo again has really big upside. He's big. He can block for you. It's just people had concerns of him being too big and maybe not being fast enough for the NFL level. Just give it a try. If it works, it works. If it doesn't. Just grab another tackle later. Or in free agency or something, just get another tackle later. But just you got to take the upside with this guy. You got to take offensive line help, and even they need guard too. So PFF has them needing guard. I don't take PFF grades with a grain of salt, but or I take them with a grain of salt. But still, Francis Marigo again, good pick here, and you're just taking the offensive line depth. Even if he's not gonna play tackle, he's gonna play guard. So the Saints, you can take many here. You can take defensive line. You can take Peter Woods. I think Peter Woods has fallen a lot for me. Take David Bailey. You can take Keldrick Folk, and I haven't taken Keldrick Folk. Usually, I have the Commanders taking Keldrick Folk all the time. I feel like it's a match made in heaven for the Commanders, but I think Keldrick Folk here is a great pick for the Saints because he can play both, and he's big. He's probably the biggest out of like the top 10. 285, 6'6", and he's young. He's like 20. He's born 2005, so he's 20, and you're gonna need that playmaker, that game wrecker inside. So I think you really should take you should really take Keldrick Folk here. He's a good pick. I mean, you can maybe go David Bailey or Cassius Howell, but again, measurables aren't there, and they're not big 3-line diamond sets or 3-line diamond guys. I think Keldrick Folk is very a 3-line diamond guy. Same with Ruben Bain Jr. Those two are very big upside with actually being able to play 3 down linemen. So I like Keldrick Folk here. The Commanders, you can go Caleb Downs here. I'm taking tight end. I don't think so. I don't know. It just depends. I mean, they don't have any real edge talent here in in Washington, but do you take an edge here? And I think you take David Bailey here. Again, David Bailey, very good pass rusher. He's not a very good run blocker, but a run stopper, but he's a very good pass rusher, and you need some pass rush. There was no pass rush on Sunday against the Giants, and I know the Giants' offensive line isn't as bad as people would like to think, but he is just a pure pass rusher. He can get to the quarterback, but he can also develop under Dan Quinn too, because he has a bunch of history with defensive line and just rushers in general. So David Bailey's a good pick here, and you can just develop under that Commanders defense. The Bengals, I'm going Jamal McCoy. You can take Peter Woods here too, but I think Jamal McCoy is just such a high upside and so much to be desired with him, and I think he's just going to be such a good player in pro. He was the quarterback one last year before he tore his ACL in January, but he was very good. And you take the upside here, even though you can maybe do that, but I mean, I think you need safeties and corners and secondaries and all that other shit here, so you can take Bengals here. So I think that works perfectly. With the Rams, Fano falls right to them. I think Fano is a great tackle. He just won the offensive line award. I can't remember what it's called, but he just won the award, and he's good. It wasn't as good as people were hoping, and people thought he would maybe go top 5 pre-mock drafts, but I do like Fano here, and the Rams need a tackle because everyone's getting old or injured with Harvin and stuff, so I think he's perfect here. The Chiefs, what a fall from glory, man. I just talked about this in my last video, which isn't uploaded yet while I'm recording this, but there's a lot of directions they can go, and I had them going David Bailey if he's available, or Kane Sadiq. I don't know if Travis Kelce's retired, but in this universe, Travis Kelce is not, and I'm going to keep on thinking that way. I think they go Cassius Howell. Again, Cassius Howell's measurements aren't there, but he is very explosive, he's very fast, and he's very good against the pass too. He's just a good player, and again, obviously he's on the older side, he's a redshirt senior, he's pretty old, but again, you take the upside here, and again, he hasn't been the most perfect prospect, but I do like his upside when it comes to pass rushing, and the Chiefs have a good history of, developing some players. So maybe we can develop Cassius Howell, and you can be a rotational runner too. He can come in for Dana or Karlaftis too. I mean, he doesn't have to be a 3-down lineman, and that's fine. He doesn't need to be. You can just go in there for pass heavy sets when it's like 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 7, and that's fine. That's good. So we do that. The Vikings, I'm taking Jeremiah Love. Love, again, Heisman finalist. He's very good this year. He was very good this year, and Notre Dame's not playing this year, so his stock isn't going to fluctuate much. So, again, it's running back Tate we're but I think it's perfect for the Vikings, who just got to win out Sunday Night Football against the Cowboys, and J.J. McCarthy looked good, but why not add to that offense? Aaron Jones getting really old, and Jeremiah Love will take some strikes off of J.J. McCarthy, J.J. McCarthy hasn't looked that bad this week. So keep Nine happy and keep him there, and he'll eventually find success too. So I think running back works here too. I can see them maybe going Mansour Delane, but I would wait maybe Avon Terrell or even Caleb Downs if he's available, but nah. I got the Dolphins going Mansour Delane. I know Caleb Downs is available, but I don't think you take Caleb Downs here. I think corner is way bigger of a need here. There's upcoming free agents, and maybe you can go Mekhi Lemon or Connell Tate, but I would wait on that. I think Delane is good. Corner is one of the most premier positions in football. It's very high. People take it into account a lot, more than a safety, and I think you can justify taking Delane here because he did lose to the corner award to some Ohio State guy, and I thought it was a robbery. So we'll take Mansour Delane here. Cowboys. I'm taking Sonny Styles again. Redundant pick, but linebacker group isn't good. It's old with Murray, and Overshown is very inconsistent with his injuries. So I think you just take Sonny Styles here. Just take what you can get. I've had Caleb Downs slipping a lot, and I think he's gonna keep on slipping. I got Peter Woods. Peter Woods has been okay this year, but again, Nani Madubuike has been injured for a long time, and you don't know if he's going to be playing again. And even if he is, he's going to be fine across in Peter Woods, and they can develop him and stop that rush leak. So I really like Peter Woods here. Panthers. Does Caleb Downs fall even more, or I don't know, because I think we'll go to Caleb Downs here. Caleb Downs has fallen a lot in this draft. Gotta get some different perspectives going. But if Caleb Downs is falling to 16, I think minus the position of value, I think you should just take him if you're Carolina. I mean, why don't you bolster up that secondary even more? It's a very okay secondary group. Other than J.C. Horn, there's not really that blue chip guy that can really just change the game for you. So I think Caleb Downs can be that guy, and he can help the entire secondary too. And I'm really high on Caleb Downs too. I mean, he's been one of, if not the best safety in college football. And I think that's who Delane lost to. He lost to Caleb Downs, random secondary, but he lost to Caleb Downs too. So Caleb Downs just won an award too. So again, you just gotta take talent where you see talent, and 16 is more than enough for Carolina to justify the pick. The Lions. I have them going tackle here. I have them going Caleb Lomu. Again, play recognition has been okay, but he is just very handsy. He's very good. He's very physical. He's very fast. So the physicals are there. Just maybe develop him more on the inside and mentally. So I think that's a great pick for the Lions, and I think the Lions really need that young tackle that can really help them. And yeah. Okay, the Jets. I'm thinking Caleb Banks. Again, Caleb Banks, very old, very injured, but you need that Quentin Williams replacement, and he's a good replacement. He's big. He's good at run blocking, and he's just bigger than Kaden McDonald. I do like Kaden McDonald a little bit more. He's younger, and he's on a better defense, but I think Caleb Banks is a good pick and good replacement for the Quentin Williams trade, and is a good replacement. There's a lot of ways the Bucks can go. I mean, they've really cooled off the last couple of weeks, but I don't think they go TJ Parker here. I think they need an edge, and TJ Parker he's been okay this year. He hasn't been good, but again, the numbers are kind of down. But I do think TJ Parker, you take the upside and take what he once was, and he's a good speedy rusher who can just get past you. Again, a little undersized like every single rusher in here, but still, he's good. And I should say you just take him when you can. And it's a good pick. The Steelers, I'm taking Mekhi Lemon. I just love Mekhi Lemon going to the Steelers. He's just such a contrast to DK Metcalf, where it's such a big receiver who will bruise you, but then you have Mekhi Lemon who will just cook you in between zones, and if you play sloppy coverage, he's going to expose it. So I really like that too. I do like Cardinal Tate going to, I don't know why they have him going receiver. I don't think so. I think go Avion Terrell here and get a boundary corner. Other than Quinton Mitchell has been pretty bad. Ringo hasn't been playing good, and whoever stepped in for Ringo is not good either. So I think you take who you can get here and take Avion Terrell and keep DeJean in the slot and just keep him there. And it's been looking kind of rough for the Eagles. Again, they just went against the Raiders, but against an okay team, they've been struggling, and they lost some bad games against the Giants too. So yeah, let's get the corners there. Let's make sure that defense is set and sound. The Texans, I have them going Ione. I think every single time I come here and Ione is available for the Texans, I just take them. Who knows? The Texans might be picking later after Micah Parsons and Green Bay Packers have been fallen. But yeah, I think Ione is a good pick here. He's a big physical guy, and you need to protect CJ Stroud. And that defense is good enough to the point where you can just get away and get a good guard here. And I think that works perfectly fine. Okay, the Cowboys. Cowboys can do a lot here. I'm really struggling to pick. I think I'll pick Brandon Cisse because Trevon Diggs might be gone, and I think you just need a replacement for him anyways because he's getting older, and Brandon Cisse is a young, hungry corner, and he's very fast. He's small. He's a little bit on the smaller side, but he can make a play on the ball, and he's been pretty good at South Carolina this year, and he's really risen a lot this year too. So I think you take Cisse here, even with Trevon Diggs maybe coming back, but I think you go Cisse here. The Bills is very interesting. You can go Cardinal Tate, a big home run hitter, pick. You can go Kenyon Sadiq either, but I don't know. I don't know. Very interesting pick here. Go Casey Conception. In no way do I think Casey Conception will go over Cardinal Tate, but I do like the fit better for the Bills. I think the Bills just need that backyard type football guy they haven't gotten since Stephon Diggs, and I think Conception is a perfect fit for them. Cardinal Tate's more of a bigger receiver, and he does have that home run playability, but I feel like if Conception's available, I think the Bills should just go with him and not think twice about it. And I hope Josh Allen can do it because Josh Allen's doing more with less right now, and his receivers aren't good, and they've missed on receiver picks the last year. So why don't you just get someone? Hopefully this guy hits. The Bears, I've been going Cam McDonald. Defense again isn't as bad as I once initially did 2 weeks ago when I thought I was an overreaction, but Cam McDonald's good. He's a good run blocker, and he's a good pass stopper too. So I think he'll work well with that takeaway heavy defense for the Bears. The Chargers, I'm going Proctor. Proctor will probably move to guard if they pick him here. I mean, their tackles are fine with Alt and Slater, but I think Proctor will be a good guard here, and he will hold it down there, and he's a bit of a bigger guy. I think he's the biggest in the class, or one of the biggest in the class. And he's young too. He's only junior and only 20. So he's 6 foot, 6'5" plus, and 366 pounds. So he's good. He doesn't play like that. He plays more agile than he is. But I feel like if Harbaugh can burn into his mind that he's bigger than half the people on the field, more or maybe 9% of the people on the field, he's bigger than that. You go Proctor. And then this falls the 49ers get Cardinal Tate. Brandon Ayuk's probably on his way out, so you take Cardinal Tate a replacement and help Brock Purdy. Again, the 49ers aren't that bad, so you can afford a luxury pick here, even with Nick Bosa tearing his ACL and there's uncertainties. But I do like Cardinal Tate here. I think that'll work perfectly, even with Ayuk gone and many uncertainties, and Ricky Pearsall not always being available too. So it's just Juwan Jennings and Cardinal Tate, and I think the three of Juwan Jennings, Cardinal Tate, and Ricky Pearsall isn't bad. I like that. The Browns, I had them taking Jordan Tyson, so I don't think they'll take quarterback here. Ty Simpson is available, but I don't think you should take him. I'll have him going Pregnon. Again, Pregnon's a big guy. He's risen a lot too in some drafts too. He's consistently going around this range for me. But he's big. He's a little on the older side, but he's a good physical run blocker and pretty good at pass blocking too. So you can get that offensive lineup. You don't even need defensive linemen in this. So just take that. The Patriots, they just lost a bad game to the Bills. I think you take Romello Height here. You take a swing on your edge rusher. There's no pure edge rushing talent in that room, so you can get Romello Height, who can maybe elevate that talent a little bit. He's on the lower side, but on the smarter side too. But pass rushing talent's there, and Texas Tech has proved their edges have been pretty good this year. So take that. Seahawks, I'm taking Colton Hood. Again, they need secondary, and Colton Hood's good. Reek Wallen's on his way out, and Colton Hood's stepped in for McCoy, and it's been pretty good. So I think you take Colton here. The Rams, again, Ty Simpson's available. You take him. Again, it hasn't been good for Ty Simpson the last couple of weeks. His stock has fallen a lot. He was above Mendoza at one point, and I found that ridiculous. But people have finally started waking up. So Ty Simpson is a okay prospect. I mean, the flashes are there, but there's some concerns with his accuracy and his placement, and you should become like a check down merchant. So there's problems there, but I do think he's a very good pick here, and he can learn under Matthew Stafford too. So it's a good position to be in, and Matthew Stafford is going to retire the next 2 years at least. So You take Tyson here. Kane Sadiq is available for the Broncos. I think you should take him. Kane Sadiq again, big home run playability, and there's no real wide receiver one in that thing. But you can get a real tight end one here too, and have a 1-2 punch with Evan Ingram too. So I like that pick there, and it'll be more explosive to the Broncos offense. So I do believe in the Broncos offense, and they've looked good, and I'm sold on the Broncos now. So Kansas City is good. But yeah, that's basically it. Let me know if you have any disagreements. This is a pretty quick one. I'm gonna pump this one out, but you guys will see this tomorrow. So thanks for watching as always, and see you guys later.